Welcome to the show, Mr. Two-Bitted Pop Hunter. I understand you're a USA mutton chop champion. You have the biggest beard in the whole Funko, biggest and best beard in the whole Funko community, and you're sponsored by two companies, Mean Beard, I believe, and Vaulted Vinyl. And I want to get into that actually later on in the show. But welcome to the show. I appreciate you being here. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great, man.
Awesome,
I'm
awesome,
just so
awesome.
pleased that you even offered to let me come on here. It's an honor.
Listen, we're obviously supposed to help each other out in the community. You all are helping me out just as much I'm offering. You know what I mean? Like I appreciate you all more than anything. So thank you. You're helping this whole show come together.
Oh yeah, man. I'm glad. I'm one of the first.
Yes, sir. You definitely are. Oh yeah, yes, sir. And let me ask you this question: what actually got you started into collecting pops, or even branding yourself under a pop moniker like Two Bearded Pop Hunter? Like obviously you have two long beard. Like I guess what would you
Yeah,
call that?
yeah. It's yeah, yeah. So I laughingly say during the winter I let my chin grow in.
That's
So I
funny.
say it's the winter chin. So
Yeah.
I do like most guys, and then I'll shave it like probably next month, or actually at probably the end of this month.
Shake,
The
shake.
the chin that
Oh,
is,
oh,
not the beard,
you
not
scared
the
me for
beard.
you scared me for a minute. I
No,
was about to
no,
say,
just the chin,
well, what's the point of me
just the
having you on
chin.
here? What's the point of your name? What's going on?
Ah,
That's funny.
no, no, man, no. No. So where I got my Funko start was I remember uh two different situations where I was in a place and I saw Funko Pops, and it drew it to me.
You go.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I'm a big StarCraft guy, and I saw that they made pops, and I was so excited that I was like, oh man, I'm gonna get these, and so I ended up getting them, and then I stupidly took them out of the box, and I tossed the boxes because I didn't know any different
Yeah, I
back then.
understand.
That was like, and so that's kind of where it started. The other place was Movie Stop, which was a subsidiary of GameStop, and then they ended up closing, and they had tons of pops in there too.
I've
And I just remember seeing all those.
I've never heard of movie stop in my life at all.
What? Movie Stop was literally GameStop, but movies. So they would sell. Also, they would sell collectibles, but their big thing was like movies. I mean, you go in there and get DVDs, Blu-rays, all that kind of stuff.
That is crazy.
It kind of died away around I think 2016, 17 maybe.
Okay, okay. So basically when Netflix was really starting to get heavy. Okay. That makes plenty of sense.
Yeah, yeah, and it was crazy. I had a friend that knew one of the managers when it was closing up, and they were, yeah, obviously discounting everything in the store. And the manager was like, I really don't care. I'm not going to have a job in like 4 weeks. You can
Whoa.
like take as many as you want. I'll give them to you for like 75% off. All
Okay.
these pops.
Wow. And
And so he bought like a ton of pops for like 250 each.
that's amazing. That is amazing. $2 and
Yeah.
50 cents. Wow. $2.50, everybody.
I'm
Jeez.
just,
Jeez.
guessing on 75% off of a $10, item. It could have been even cheaper. I don't know. But
That's even
yeah, so go ahead. I'm sorry.
oh no. So basically I was about to go back to when you said because you went out, your signal went out as I was hearing your story of how you got started. I remember I think you said something about StarCraft or something.
Oh
Um
yeah, I'm sorry.
yeah.
So I'm a big StarCraft 2 fan.
Okay.
Just the video game, and
Yes, yes.
I was at a Target, and I saw they made pops of the two of the characters, Kerrigan and Rayner, and I
Awesome.
was just like, oh my god, I gotta have these, and that kind of sparked that that love for Funko, and I don't know if I mentioned it, but I threw the boxes away. I took them out of the
Oh
box. I
yeah,
was like,
yeah.
oh, I still have those two pops to this day. I still have them, and they're sitting above my my on one of my shelves in my collection room. And but yeah, it was fun. But yeah, that's kind of where I got it. It was all at a stupid Target end cap.
No, there's nothing stupid about it. Your fandom gets caught in the like it happens at any random time. Like to be honest with you, I have a kind of similar story, but I used to collect action figures before I even cared about action pops. I mean about Funko Pops. So all my figures, the first few, I think I took like three out the box, and then I really thought about. It. I was like, there's no way that I'm gonna have a excellent collection and not like keep them in the box and keep them pristine. So then when I started collecting Funko Pops, that's when I really started understanding value and all that stuff. And now I'm extremely anal about the condition of the box because I'm an inbox collector, and it's just gotten bad. But nonetheless, let me ask you about yourself and your collection. What is your top favorite thing to collect in your collection? Like, what's your favorite fandom out of that whole? Your favorite licensing? Like, is it games,
uh,
animation, TV? Like, what's your
well,
favorite?
as you see behind me, there's a lot of Star
Oh
Wars.
yeah, definitely Star Wars. Yeah, yeah.
That's only a portion of my Star Wars. Now I'll keep going up. I'll point the.
Oh, I see some Mando. Is that the oh, I see the Mandalorian in the IG-11. Oh man,
Yeah,
I missed
yeah.
out on that one.
And so that's my wall above where
Beautiful.
I watch TV and stuff.
So Star
So
Wars.
yeah, all the Star Wars. There's Venom. I have Breaking Bad over here. I have Jay and Silent Bob. More Star Wars. My Black Lights over there. I have music and sports related type figures running down my hallway. I have Parks and Rec, Marvel,
Tell me
DC.
tell me about who you collected on the Pop Rocks. That's the one because that's Pop Rocks and anime are my top two favorite things to collect. So Pop Rocks is yeah,
Okay,
definitely Pop Rocks.
Pop Rocks would be Lemmy Kilmister, Killmeister from
Motorhead.
Motorhead. Ice Cube. Yeah, yep. I got that one.
I
I
got
got
all
the
in right
one.
there.
I got the one.
I got War Pig. Oh, I love.
Oh, nice.
Yes, sir. All day. Yes, sir. I completely agree with you.
Well, with uh, the mutton chops,
ZZ Top.
started. That was yeah, ZZ Top. I have Run DMC. I have Ice Cube. I have some Biggies.
Oh yeah.
Um, I have oh man. Oh, I have TLC. All the chases.
Thank God.
Which honestly is like one of the, even though they're cheap, when I say cheap, they're like 30 $40 each, something like that now. But like like those are like the best chases because
Listen,
I mean it's waterfalls. Yeah, there it is. There you go.
listen,
There you go. There you go.
listen. This is the
But
thing
they're the
about
best.
bro. That was one of the craziest chases I've ever seen. I was like, "There's no way that somebody was creative enough in that Funko department to think of them as their water forms as the chase." I was like, "That you can't get better than that." And then when they came out with Ool on the TLC tip, I was like, "They still can't outdo those first ones because that was genius, absolutely genius." I
So,
agree.
somebody was an actual TLC fan
Yeah,
when they made those. It was,
absolutely.
I would have loved to have been to a fly on the wall in that board meeting. Somebody was just they were talking about, well, what chases should we do? TLC waterfalls. End of
Water.
story. Done. Don't
It,
talk about it anymore.
no
Move on.
questions. Exactly. That's probably exactly how the meeting went. That's
I'm telling you that happened. That had to have happened. Somebody's just like, fuck it. We're doing waterfall chases. That's it. No more questions.
exactly. That was too genius. It was too on the point. It's almost like they were waiting for that point to happen. Like I dare somebody to ask me about TLC pops one day, and I'm gonna tell them my mind. But that's funny. That is
But
hilarious.
but yeah, I don't really have any. I wouldn't have any. I don't have any rock grails of any kind. I just, I've bought a few over the years, and the ones I really like. And it was really cool. I believe it was DMC when I was at New York Comic Con. I got to
Oh,
meet
the Fright
him
Night.
when yeah, for Fright Night. He was cool. He gave me a fist bump.
That's
I
awesome.
was that I was right on the stage area, and that was probably one of the highlights of going to New York Comic Con
I tell you what,
was
every
having
time,
that private.
agreed.
Go ahead.
No, no, I was literally about to agree. I was literally saying every time somebody tells me about them actually having the experience to go to a Comic Con, it almost makes me want to just like bawl because it's like that's why I'm working so hard to just really create a platform to be able to go and experience this and have enough money to go and fly out to go to the actual cons because I I think I would lose my mind at the con. I know everybody talks about how hectic they are, but I think I want that experience just to experience one time and be like, all right, I'm done. I'm done. All right. I don't want to be around that many people ever again. But yeah, that's tell me about it, man. How was it?
I,
Because I hear
I,
bad stories about it
well,
every time.
I actually had a really good. I have a really good story about New York Comic Con. So I did all 4 days.
Okay.
I went
Damn.
out with a ton of my what I would consider my close friends now. It was a group of us that got together to go to New York Comic Con. It was orchestrated by one mutual friend. Uh, I don't know if you know. I'm sure you know him by his name is Juno or
Juno
Juno.
in Ignacio? Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah. So he gathered all of us together all across the country, and we all hung out during New York Comic Con. And so I had a really good time. I had we all helped each other out with whatever we needed. You know, whether it was hey, I need some cash. Do you have cash? I'll PayPal
That's
you.
amazing.
Yeah, this and that because
Ah,
there's a seller that only takes cash. He won't take my card. Or this and that. And we would do stuff like that and hook each other up because I got in the booth on Thursday and they didn't get the zero with bag. Um,
oh yeah.
uh,
Halloween, Nightmare Before Christmas bag and pop.
yeah. So they didn't get that one in that morning. So I was super bummed. And so they ended up getting it the other days. And I had a friend that went on Sunday morning and it was able to get me, whereas I gave him some stuff, I was helping out other people or. Just kind of paying it forward.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But anyway, no, I had a really good time. So the if I go to New York Comic Con, I'll do Thursday and
You going out, so
uh,
you went out again. Dang. It's all right. I can cut that out.
we're
It doesn't
we're
even
we're
matter.
about 1,000. My connection just went clunk.
Yeah. God dang,
uh,
you were going into it too.
where did I stop at?
You
God,
said
you're
you
gonna have to edit the shit out of this.
no, all I have to do is cut in the middle and be like technical difficulties and get pop right back into the part where we start talking like right now. It doesn't even matter, bro.
Okay,
Like
cool,
it's
cool, cool,
actually
cool.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can chalk this up to just
Yeah, it's all
whatever.
right.
But what was it? What did I stop at?
You said you went with friends, almost like sound like you had like a Funko retreat and you all each helped pay for each other and you
Oh,
had a
okay,
friend. Yeah.
okay, cool. So what I would do in the future if I went to New York Comic Con again, I would do Thursday and Friday.
Yes, that's what you told me
Thursday and
about.
Friday were Thursday and Friday were both very lax. There was definitely more people on Friday than Thursday, but Thursday, man, it was so wide open. It was so easy to walk around. And so I asked for other people, and I was like, even pre COVID, was it like this? And they were like, yeah, but there was more people on Thursday, but like it's kind of like this. It's kind of dead. And the cool thing is you get a lot of stuff that normally you wouldn't be able to get if you
Mhm.
came on Saturday
Right, because it'd be
or
sold out.
Sunday. Yeah, it'd be sold out or something like that. So like when I first went on Thursday, well before that, I heard that Funko Finders and Dish Tracker did a thing with I think it was shoot, I can't remember what the vendor was, but the
Mm,
vendor had these special pens and they were all limited. And so
okay.
when I first got in, I went straight for their booth, got those pens, and I was one of the lucky people to actually get those.
I know
I, I,
exactly what you're
I,
talking about.
I
Yeah.
wish I knew where they were right at the moment,
Was it
but
was it was it Fugitive
um,
Toys or I know
yeah, I think it
exactly.
was Fugitive. Actually, it was Fugitive.
Yeah.
It was Fugitive, and I ended up taking a picture with the manager, I guess, on duty at the time. So, but
That's awesome.
he but yeah. So anyway, so I was able to get a lot of stuff. You get to see all the cool stuff first, and so yeah. If I had to recommend to anybody, I would do Thursday and Friday. Unless you're
Okay.
looking for a celebrity on Saturday and Sunday
That
or
makes
something like
sense.
that. That's the
That
only
makes
other
sense.
reason you would want to go.
But that's when they usually put the best celebrities on Saturday and Sunday because that's when they know everybody's off. So like, come on, bring the crowds, bring the drones of people in, and let's make it sweaty.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what it is.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, even on Saturday, it wasn't awful. It wasn't. Now, I had a friend go in 2019, and he said it was like elbow. I mean, it was
Oh, it
shoulder
was
to
bad.
shoulder,
Oh, it was
like
bad.
everywhere. Um, Whereas like on Saturday when I went, I mean, it was tight, but it wasn't like shoulder to shoulder, you
Mhm.
know. But it was fun. I 100% will do New York Comic Con, and most of the people that I went with live near San Diego, so they've gone to
Okay.
San Diego Comic Con.
Hmm.
And they said that New York Comic Con, as far as size goes, is bigger than that,
Bigger than
bigger than San
SDCC.
Diego. They
SDCC is
they
like the first,
they
aren't they?
told me that New York Comic Con, as far as size wise, is bigger than San Diego.
Wow.
Now San Diego gets all the big celebrities and the big announcements and this
It's
and that,
it's
whereas
the
New York
first,
is
right?
just kind of like what?
SDCC is like the first con, like the first Comic Con because they're called Comic Con International is
Well,
like the
it's the
main umbrella.
it's the it's the big. I would say it's the first because there was a lot of Comic Cons. It's just that's the one that ended up being the biggest.
First major one.
But
Like,
yeah, it's first major Comic
okay,
Con because
okay.
I mean 20, 30 years ago, from what I understand, from reading articles and talking to people that used to go,
Uh-huh.
it was like small.
Yeah, I can
It was
imagine.
not big at all. Like you could walk in, you buy off here and there. I've even heard stories, early stories, uh, about the Funko booth and stuff like that when it was
Well,
there, and it
well,
was
did you
just like
see
you could just walk right up.
yeah, did you see the documentary Making Fun and how small everything was? Where like it used
Yeah,
to be in like the
yeah,
hotel convention area, the
yeah.
ballrooms. Like, of course, like you got to start. I think it's beautiful to start in places like that. To be honest with you, there's a con out here in Florida called Funko Pop Con that is starting out at the Orlando. It's like an Orlando convention. It's like a small convention center, and they're growing and they're getting their first two voice actors this year. Sarah Nacho Chinny, however you pronounce her name, she did the voice of Ash Ketchum from Pokemon, and I can't remember the
Oh
other
yeah,
guy's
yeah.
name.
I met her.
I bet you did if you've gone to all these cons. Like,
Yeah,
man,
actually, I'm going to GalaxyCon Richmond at on the 25th
that's
of this
awesome.
month,
That is you were
and
just
I'm
living
gonna
life.
get my black. I'm getting my blacklight Kurt signed by William Shatner.
You know what's funny? I have not seen one of those black lights. Is that an NFT?
Yeah, yeah, NFT. Yeah,
Oh, a signed NFT.
yeah.
Sheesh, I haven't seen one of those yet. To be honest with you, and I
You,
bet
you
that
haven't
would
seen
be.
it. You haven't seen an NFT?
No, I haven't seen the signed NFT. I haven't seen anybody
Oh,
sign one
sign. Oh
yet.
yeah,
Yeah, but
yeah. So he's gonna be there. He's probably the only person I'm gonna get signed. The only other person that's gonna be there that I might want to get signed is John Cleese, which
who's
I don't know. He's from Monty Python.
oh, that's old British comedy. Wow.
Yes,
Wow.
yes. Well, he's done a lot of things. He's been in a lot of things. He was Q in one of the James Bond. I think it was. I can't remember which James
You know
Bond it
what?
was, but he
I
was Q at one.
I really hope you get that one because in my opinion, that would be like getting HR Puffin stuff signed by Sid and Marty Croft themselves. Like, go get that
Yeah, yeah.
autograph. Seriously, go get that.
I literally bought two Kurt's just for
Go do it.
that reason. And and
Absolutely.
and the thing was, the Star Trek NFTs were supposed to be released, I believe, in July, the beginning of July, shipped out, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
And I was gonna see him at the end of July, and I was hoping to get him before then.
Hmm.
But of course, we all know that all that stuff got moved far, far, far away.
Absolutely.
So,
Oh,
um,
oh, and fun
yeah.
fact, I have not seen one of those NFT pops, not one in person yet. Not one.
What? Hold
Not
on.
one. Not one.
Hold on.
I see them all on Instagram, but nope. Yee. That's so badass. That's hot. That's
Yeah,
hot.
it is.
And then that is that a armor? A pop armor?
Yeah, it's in a pop armor.
Oh,
I took advantage of their Christmas special and bought all these pop armors just
hell
for
yeah.
this one.
Awesome.
So,
Awesome. Yeah,
but
and
I do love. And so you were asking me, well, like one of my favorite lines is, uh, I'll tell you my top three. I should say
please.
top three would always stay complete, 100%. Is my Breaking Bad, which is 100%. And the funny story is, I bought that in March of 2020, and I bought all one, two, what was that? I think I'm counting them all. 15? No, 16. All 16 pops. I paid $330 for them
You bought them all at one
from a
time?
guy. Yeah, I bought it from a guy that lived locally here, and he was selling a lot of his stuff, and
Man.
so he sold them to me. He was giving me a deal because I was helping him out doing something else, and he was just like, and he knew that I would never get rid of him. He's a big, and he has like those mega grails that you hear about and this and that. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, he ended up selling to me. I think it was like $330,
That's a
and now I
steal.
think I can't even buy the blue Heisenberg for three
For
hundred dollars.
yeah, you can't. You can't. Not a real one. Not a real one. You can buy a
Yeah,
fake one.
and I have yeah. Here's the blue Heisenberg himself
He's
with the con
with the
sticker.
con sticker, yes. Dang.
With the con sticker.
And you know what's so funny? What year did you start collecting?
I believe that was 2015. If you really, like I have to like really think back, but I think it was like 2015.
Yeah, I didn't start collecting
So,
until
but
20.
and I was not. I mean, if anything, it was just like I only bought a few pops because
Mm-hmm.
I mean you got to realize, I mean they're like $10,
Back then, yeah.
and
Absolutely.
yeah, it was like it's like $10 for a pop, and granted, we all know it's just a bunch of vinyl plastic figures and stuff, but they didn't
they
really have much. I mean, they had some value to them, but it was not like they are now. I mean,
well,
I remember.
it wasn't until the pandemic when they really blew up. Like, yes, they were going up in value, but after the pandemic, like I was talking about this with somebody else, like when the pandemic hit, people were paying their house notes, excuse me, their mortgage, their car notes. They were getting groceries with these pops. It just became a hustle. So the flippers became such a huge wave, and they've kind of taken over the industry now. Like especially with the anime pops, like you can't even get a an anime pop for back then. Before anime was real popular, we would get one for I guess marked up $45-$50. Now, if it's something like an armored Luffy from One Piece, out the gate $245 as soon as it's off the lot. And that is really irritating. That's
It
so
is,
irritating.
but the difference is there's a lot more collectors now,
Mm-hmm.
and we can't all blame the flippers because and I used to be. I mean, I hate flippers just like everyone else does, um, but the thing is that we have to all. I don't want to say appreciate a flipper
We have to
because they
exist.
also bring up that value
Exactly.
because without them, this pop is still $15.
Exactly.
You know, now it's $100 because
Exactly.
it didn't sell well, or it's selling well, but yeah, I mean, you hate the game, but you got to appreciate it because then
They
you
are
look
the
at how much
market. They are the market.
they are the market. So it's a hard subject to because I run a group, a Facebook group
Okay.
for the local Richmond area, well, Virginia, really.
Okay.
We have like 1,200 members, and they're all
Okay.
Virginian,
Okay.
just pretty much. And I hear it all the time. And somebody's like, "Oh man, I was gonna get this chase, and some flipper got it, and he was gonna charge me $40 for it when it was 15. I hate that guy." And I'm like, "Yeah,
But
yeah, I
now the
hate
pop
him
is worth
too."
$40 at least.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, you hate him, but then when you do get it or you do find it for what you bought it for, it's instantly worth $40.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
so
So
you can't be too mad at him, because if that wasn't the case, um, you know, would anybody really collect Funko at that point? I
and to,
mean, they would, but like, and you're a effing liar if you say you don't collect for value. Also, I
agreed. Agreed. Because maybe okay, so this is the funny thing. This I'm glad you brought up that topic. When we first get started, like when I first got started in 2018, I didn't even understand them. My brother had been collecting them before me, and I hated them. I was just like, why do they all look the same? They have crazy beady eyes. I don't like them, right? Then when I saw that they had Doctor Who pops, I lost my mind
oh
because I'm obsessed with Doctor Who, right? But I still did not get them until 2019 when the NYCC Comic Con happened, and they had well, yeah, 2019, and they had all those beautiful pops. They had John Michael Basquiat, Andy, what's his name? Keith Haring. They had the Nick Fury's 60th anniversary Marvel. Like they had so much heat that year, in my opinion. That's when I started understanding the difference between the shared sticker and the con sticker. And I actually started loving this battle that we have to have with these flippers, because it's like it's competition. We're in the league. Like this is a calling, in my opinion, to collect, because not only are we spending a lot of money, we're spending a lot of time, and we're supporting licenses that would not exist without us. You know what I'm saying? Like
oh yeah.
we're giving life to so many people. From now, people are starting to get more money off of autographs and photo ops, and we're reviving so many people's careers off the entertainment industry and collectibles industry. So I actually love it, to be honest with you.
Yeah, and I mean, you got. I mean, in a way, you do. Yeah, you love it because it it sparks that emotion in you when you look.
You went out again. Yeah, don't worry about it.
I'm back.
You're back. Yeah, all right, cool, cool.
My Yeah, I know. I think it's my computer. I think
It's
it's
all
my
good.
computer. We're just gonna have technical difficulties
This
all the
is
way through
this
this
is
whole
not a
thing.
problem. People understand it when it's a Zoom call. Like nobody's gonna trip out about this. They're gonna be like, "Oh, what did he say? What did he say? Oh, okay, that's what he said." They're gonna get over it.
I'll repeat it all day long. But what I was saying was that we're when you look at that pop, when you look at a pop, so I'll give you an example.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll go to my I'll go back to my Breaking Bad.
Okay.
I go back to my Breaking Bad. So because this is a good memory for me, in a way, from the scene in the movie in the show, when Jesse gets beat up.
Right.
You remember that, and it sparks that, like, oh man, that was a great episode, man, that was good.
Exactly.
And you
Exactly.
just like, man, and he it was such a powerful performance when he was beat up. You just go, oh man, I remember that. And same goes for anything else. All the different, you know, the just like this. I mean, I remember when this pop came out, it sat on the Funko shop, I think, for about a day until it sold
Oh no,
out.
no,
But
yeah. Don't
like,
don't even don't oh God, nope, don't even show it to me. Don't show it to me. I
so
can't nope.
so yeah.
Oh God.
So
Oh my gosh.
I remember I was one of the initial people. I was like, oh my god, it's Mandalorian. I'm like, dude, this cannot be bad. I mean, it's really, it can't be bad.
Let me tell you,
And it wasn't. It wasn't, and it blew up. And granted, the market for that pop is definitely settled a lot more now than it did before, because
so
I think it's around $200 now,
it's
or
funny
it
that
was
you
like
show
300
no,
before.
it's 300, it's 300 or something now. The
Oh,
fact that
is
you
it
showed
okay?
yes,
Probably because
yes.
of the new season.
Not no, it's because it was already so that year. I just mentioned 2019, and you showed me that pop. Like, don't even. Okay, so that year, I was still trying to figure out what I wanted to really, really collect, and they showed me that one. I had never heard of the Mandalorian, obviously, because it was a new show. So I was like, I don't know how Disney's gonna do with Star Wars now that they own the license. So I'm gonna let it sit for a minute. I missed out on getting that pop for $25 and the D23 pop. Do you remember the Mandalorian D23 pop?
Yeah.
I almost got that one for $45. I just skipped both of them. By I think the
Mm-hmm.
next 2 or 3 months, they started kind of picking up in value. By that next year, they had already gone up to like 125, and now they're 300 or something. So I'm really mad. And to be honest with you, I need to get that Cassian Andor that's behind your head with the con sticker. I need to get that.
Oh, that one?
Yes, I feel like
I
that's gonna
got
get grabbed
that
one day.
off of Gemini.
Oh
I got
yeah,
that off
Gemini
of Gemini.
Collectibles. Yeah, Gemini
Yeah.
Collectibles. Yeah.
I saw it. Yeah. So I had a friend that was at San Diego Comic Con, and I kind of him and hawed about getting that from him, and because he was already buying me a ton of shit,
Mm-hmm.
and so I was just I passed on it, and then I saw it on Gemini, and I had a discount code from a friend of mine, so I got it for like I think 30 or 35
Right.
bucks,
Right.
and so I was just like, oh, for a con sticker, I'll take that all day long.
I love Gemini
So
Collectibles.
yeah, Gemini's been great. Yeah, I've always liked, of course they get all the con stuff after
Yeah.
the con is over and this
That's
and
where I
that.
got all my
Um,
2022 NYCC pops this year. I mean this past year. Yeah. But yeah, I'm
yeah,
trying to.
I can't, man. So yeah, I got to go through the line, which was so I was in such like I was in Candyland, and then I got to meet uh what is it Mike Becker while
Oh
I
yeah.
was in line, and got a good picture with him. It's on my Instagram, but
Oh, I saw that. Absolutely.
that was definitely a check off the old bucket list,
I mean,
and
but
being able to show him my tattoos
I
of
feel like you're well
Ahsoka
connected though. I feel Ahsoka and Darth Maul. Yeah, I feel like you're well connected to though, but I don't think it would be hard for you to get to the back. I feel like you're connected for some reason. Like Juno Ignacio, which is hilarious. That man is he's literally the Freddy Venom man. Like no, everybody knows him as that.
yeah.
So it's
Yeah,
just fun.
and to go on to him, and a lot of people uh don't know him personally, like I have been able to get personal with him. He is one of the nicest people I have ever met.
That's amazing.
And I'm not saying that because of anything, particularly, but I had a really good every time I had a really good conversation with him. It was always genuine. I went to dinner with him a few times while we were in New York. He was just as nice as, and his wife is as nice as he is. His brother is really nice. And hopefully, saying all these nice things about it, he'll give me a friend. But
Wouldn't that be
no,
nice?
no, seriously though. So people give him crap because of what he was doing with the friendums, but his goal was to own them all.
I
His
mean, at the
real
end,
goal was to own them all.
is he the one buying them? Okay, well then he beat you to it.
Well,
I'm
it's
not
not
saying I'm
even
not.
that, but the thing was, and it wasn't his fault. It wasn't his fault, but once you buy one and then you buy another and then you buy another, people see a trend.
Yeah,
And then they're going to be like, I'll sell it to you for 5K. And then the next guy's going to be like, I'll sell it to you for 10K.
yeah,
And then the next guy's like, I'll sell it for 15K. And
exactly.
eventually somebody's going to break and be like, I want 50,000.
Yeah,
Well, you can just go beat beat the sand, I guess.
yeah,
You
exactly.
know, so that's kind of, I mean, I don't know any details as far as how all went, but that's the way I perceived it.
Hmm.
He was just he did tell me he was trying to own them all, but a lot of people, a lot of the last of the people that owned them were just like, no,
Yeah, yeah,
just
I
no.
understand.
Or they threw out some crazy price, I think is what it said. But don't hold me on any of those words. But But yeah, I just wanted to clear the air. A lot of people don't realize that he is one of the nicest people, and he's just a collector. He really is he is straight up a collector,
That's dope.
and um, and he's there to help out other collectors in any way possible. Um, he's the reason why I got to go to New York Comic Con. So
That's awesome.
he hooked me up and put me in a hotel. We all went together. I had a blast. I owe him so much for just being so kind and doing that to me. And we knew each other, but we didn't know each other enough where he would, help me out like that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So but now, I mean, I could call on him, and he'd be like, "Oh yeah, yeah, I'll help you out," or I'll help you out, and this and that. Um, I owe him a great debt. So,
That's awesome.
um, yeah.
So I have about what 3 more minutes left on this interview, and I just want to use
Sorry
that
if I'm a
time. No,
rambler.
no, 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 no. I love it. I need this. I need because you're an experienced collector, and I love hearing from you guys. So in the last 3 minutes, I want to just hear about like your relationship with vaulted vinyl and like what are your plans for the future, pretty much. What
All
else do you
right.
want to expand into in the collectibles world?
So vaulted vinyl, I'm friends with Sean. Um, I mean, I'm sorry, Shane. Yeah, Shane. Oh, I'm sorry. It's been a long week,
It's all right. It's all right.
and uh, yeah. Hold on, one sec. I just got a message, real quick.
No, you do your thing. Even if we have to
Um,
stop here and I restart the
no, no,
meeting.
no, 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 no. Anyway, so I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It was from my mom and dad. Anyway, um, but no. So I'm friends with Shane from Vaulted Vinyl, and we became friends. He's helped me out a couple times. It was a time where I dropped one of my pops that wasn't in a vaulted vinyl protector actually fell and it broke. It hit like right on the
Mm-hmm.
corner, and it
Mm-hmm.
broke. It was a Hello Kitty pop, and he was like, and it damaged the pop when it fell. He
Mm-hmm.
goes, "I'll buy you a new."
Dang.
He just was like, I'll buy you a new pop." And I was like, "Really, dude? You don't have to buy me a pop. I was just kind of giving you, a heads up." I was like, "Hey, and he was like, "Oh no, that shouldn't have happened. That shouldn't have happened. That it might have been one of my early ones or something like that. I
Early
can't remember what
prototype,
he said."
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and because I was buying vaulted vinyl right out of the get,
Mm-hmm.
so who knows what which one it was, but yeah, he bought me a new Hello Kitty pop because it was my wife's, and so, but anyway, so yeah, so yeah, great company, great. Actually, I pulled this out because it's in a legendary. It's
Ooh,
the
I know what that
Black
is.
Light
I know what it is.
Optimus
Optimus
Prime.
Prime. I know. Fright Night. I know.
Yeah, there it
I
is.
know.
And I only put it in the vaulted vinyl.
Eh.
Uh, and these things are seriously, and not to bust
The pop armor. I
a
get what you're
pop
saying.
armor, but and these things are smooth. They're really nice.
That's amazing.
They're definitely worth their weight in gold, and they keep my very expensive Optimus Prime Freddy secure. But anyway, yeah, my future for as far as all that's for collecting is just keep on